Alright, everybody, here we are for another episode of Rusty Collins Comic Book Recap and Review. This is episode 9. We're going to get the comics I bought at my local comic book shop out this week, and yeah. So here we go. We'll get right into it with some Marvel comics. Alright, so we got here Gwenpool number 25. I gotta tell you, my 15-year-old daughter's a little bummed out that her only comic she reads is getting canceled, and that's the reason why I'm covering this comic, because Lily loves it. So I've bought the whole run. We have all 25 of them. This is done by Christopher Hastings, Guruhiri, VC Clayton Cowles. So Gwenpool comic here had a lot of typical Gwenpool zaniness. She encounters another version of herself from the future, because this has happened prior. And this one is not evil or crazy, this one's uplifting, and it tells her that even though her own personal comic is ending, that doesn't mean she is ending. Because I've seen her in, like, the Edge of the Venomverse, I've seen her in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe again. So she's going to be a real character recurring in other various forms and by other writers and other places, like the Champions at one issue, and she became a real character in the Marvel Universe. So because her comic's ending doesn't mean she's ending. So that was pretty much what happened there. It was if you're a fan of Gwenpool, it was a good tribute. It was nice. It was cute. They took care of her and gave her a cute little goodbye without totally giving her the shaft or doing anything nasty to her. So it was cool. Alright, another one of those epic cosmic moments here. Thanos number 16. This is done by Donny Cates, Jeff Shaw, and Antonio Fabella. Alright, so in this issue is more of a backstory for Frank Castle Ghost Rider. It explains how Thanos came to Earth and killed everybody. And Frank Castle made a deal with Mephisto in his dying wish to become the Ghost Rider. And joke was on him because everybody was dead. The whole planet was dead. So it shows, this cool, some nifty shots of Frank Castle Ghost Rider. Well, as you saw there, Galactus shows up. Galactus is wounded and hurt because he just fought Thanos, got his butt handed to him. And Frank Castle makes a second deal with the devil, as they call it, and he becomes a cosmic Ghost Rider with this, like, I want to kill Thanos, he made me insane because I've seen nothing but death, and I've been alone on this planet for thousands of years, and it's all his fault, and rada, rada, rada. So he makes a deal with Thanos, becomes Cosmic Ghost Rider. They go to fight Thanos, and totally get their butt handed to him again, because Thanos is really OP in this comic right now, especially in this timeline. And instead of just getting his butt handed to him, Frank Castle Ghost Rider makes a third deal with the devil and joins Thanos, and that's how he becomes this old King Thanos' herald. And then it shows the current time in this awesome little fight scene. You get to see a little bit of everybody there. As you see Frank Castle Ghost Rider's using his guns, Thanos is like, quit being a loser and use your real power, and sets off like a nuclear explosion. Like, literally, a nuclear explosion. Just the kaboo! It was awesome. And, they're, like, calling out the Silver Surfer, like, that's all you got? What have you been waiting for this whole time? Like, I should have just killed you forever ago. And the Silver Surfer, again, another epic little cliffhanger. I was waiting to become worthy. And he's got Thor's damn hammer. And anybody who's been reading the Thor comic knows that there's a cosmic thunderstorm trapped inside Mjolnir. So there's a cosmic entity with a cosmic thunderstorm like that. Done. Like, this comic is ridiculous. The power levels in this are so off the charts. It is amazing. I love it. I can't get enough. So, yeah. Thanos is amazing. And if you're not reading it and you buy comic books, boy, are you missing out. Alright. Darth Vader number 12. This is done by Charles Soule, Giuseppe Campiccioli, and Daniel Ordendini. Oh man, I'm so sorry. So, this comic was really cool. Again, Darth Vader is the comic that got me back into comic books. I wasn't actually buying them until the first Darth Vader run came out, and I was so excited for it that I got into Star Wars, which got me into more Marvel, which got me into just comics in general, and it's just a slope from there. Anyways, so this storyline takes place after episode 3, but before episode 4. And it shows Darth Vader create his own lightsaber, because in the last issue, the one he had was destroyed, but he kept the crystal. And he confronts the Emperor. He's like, hey man, did you try to have me killed? And the Emperor makes this over flamboyant, exaggerated point of, if I wanted you dead, you'd be dead. And Vader goes off, and Vader starts meditating. And in his meditation, he learns that there are people conspiring against him in the Empire. There's some random people, and these are the worst costumes I've seen in Star Wars in a long time. Like, my golly. But the one guy's missing two fingers. He's got a hand like this, and that's kind of the way they show who these guys are, because they don't ever show their faces. And Vader's meditating, and you see these amazing shots of Vader meditating, like him in the basically Star Wars astral plane, and he's meditating, and he finds us out, and he confronts the Emperor, and he's like, "Look, man, nobody knows who I am. Nobody understands my power. Nobody gets what I'm doing, so nobody will respect me, and nobody will let me do my job. You need to let me do my job by doing this display of force, and you need to call out to everybody who and what I am." And the Emperor's like, "You've got a point." So they call up all the military, and they announce that, call in the military, and the Emperor basically says, this is my voice, this is my hand, this is my man, this is a loose extension of myself. If Vader says jump, you jump, because that means I said you jump. And that's how this works. Got it? And then Vader approaches the podium and is like, calls out 5 names. And he's like, I don't know who's trying to kill me, but somebody's trying to kill me. And I'm going to prove to you that you can't kill me by killing 5 of you at random. And just, drops the 5 in the front with the force choke, kills all 5. They show within the ranks, though, one of the soldiers has his hand behind his back and is missing 2 fingers. So he didn't kill the guy who's conspirating against him. So, comic ends with, every time Vader's done this meditation, you see this glow at the bottom of him, and this white light in his arms and legs. And he purifies the white light out. The last of the goodness of Anakin Skywalker was purged in this issue, and it is straight Vader, evil Dark Vader from here on out. Until, obviously, as anybody knows the Star Wars universe, he gets redeemed at the very last moments of his life. But we have a long ways in between here and there, and a lot of awesome, just amazing Darth Vader moments, because Darth Vader literally is just incredible. Yeah. Alright, we got Action Comics 998. This is the end of the Booster Shot series, pretty much. It is written by Dan Jurgens, Will Conrad, Ivan Nunes, Rob Leahy. So, we saw last issue, Superman and Booster about to die in this horrible, Kryptonian-style crucifixion, essentially. And their shields are holding, and they're not dead yet. And at the last second, Booster Gold's robot Skeets, who we saw get destroyed last issue, didn't get destroyed. He transferred his data consciousness to another robot, one of the Eradicator droids, who intervenes and saves them, and gets the time machine back in order, and they get to escape. Lots of action, lots of punching, lots of fighting. Just fine, it was awesome. They get back to Earth just in time to they make a trip by Krypton, which is the whole point of this entire thing. Don't screw anything up this time. Superman still doesn't really get his answers. They go home. They get home, and as we saw last issue, Lois Lane, Jonathan, and Lois's dad all got shot dead. They got shot dead. They died. 80 seconds before Superman gets home from this time portal jump thingy. So Booster makes the executive decision on the fly to break the laws of time travel. There's no way that Superman can watch Krypton get destroyed to immediately come home to see his family killed. That would just ruin him. So Booster breaks the laws of time travel, goes back 90 seconds from that point, and saves Jonathan, Lois, and Lois's grandpa by altering some stuff, attacking people, making the timeline different so Superman's family doesn't die, and he gets to have this heroic moment of saving his family as soon as he gets home, and it's all Superman-y, and it's great. And, yeah, that was the end of it. They also have Barry show up, and he was pretty pissed that the Cosmic Treadmill's gone again, without asking. And, yeah, Action Comics 1000, it's coming, and it's going to be, I don't know the best thing ever, but it's going to be pretty dang cool, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, we'll see what happens then. Alright, we got Batgirl number 20. Got some Batgirl love tonight. This is a variant cover, by the way. This is done by Hope Larson, Sammy Basri, and Jessica Colini. I'm so bad at this. Um, so another just cute, wholesome issue of Batgirl. It's snowing. She finds out that it's got to do with this technology that if you're close to somebody, you like them better. And it's also got this technology that's jacking with the weather and GPS, obviously. She figures out this is the Penguin's son is behind this, so logically that means he's working with the Penguin because the Penguin has been like, I'm a good guy, and announces in the middle of this he's going to run for Congress, which is a good place for him if you ask me, but we're not going to go there anymore. Um, so she crashes it and proves he's a supervillain and ruins the day for the bad guys, and yeah, it was a cute and a wholesome comic. This isn't the Batgirl for adults per se. This is the Batgirl that when my 6-year-old gets old enough and goes, Daddy, I want to read some comic books, this will probably be the first title I go, here you go, sweetie. So it's cute, it's adorable. It's not Oracle, it's not hardcore Barbara Gordon. It's Batgirl the Burnside Man, and it is what it is, and I like it. So yeah, another cute issue. All right. Number 975, Detective Comics. This is done by James Tynan IV, Alvaro Martinez, Raul Fernandez, Brad Anderson. So Batwoman killed Clayface, and they're dealing with the aftermath of this. And in this issue, Batman calls all the core Bat family. This is Nightwing, Red Hood, Robin, Red Robin, Damian Wayne Robin, Batgirl. So the core Bat family. He calls them all together and he's like, what are we going to do about this? And they do like a round robin discussion. No pun intended, sorry. Where everybody gets to say their piece going around the table. And everybody pretty much takes a side, you'd assume. Where, Nightwing's like, she's got to go, she's a terror. And Tim's like, she's got to go, I agree. And Damian's like, I don't even care, I'm a moody teenager and I hate this kid. Like, I'm sorry, I don't like Damian. And Red Hood's like, hey man, I've made plenty of problems and I've made plenty of mistakes, you shouldn't kick her out, that's my point of view. And Batgirl's like, well, I'm going to lay this out for real, because she's the most intelligent one of this. She's got the Edict memory. This is the Batgirl that everybody wants, mind you. And she lays it out to Batman cold. She's like, I think we can't judge her because Batman screwed up. Batman didn't believe in this program. Batman didn't want this program of the Bat family working as a team, being like a police force. This is not Batman's dream. This is not what Batman wants. Batman was tired of Tim nagging him. And Batman also decided that he didn't know what Cassandra Cain, Batwoman, was going to do, how she was going to operate. So he figured kill two birds with one stone. Get Tim off his back, be able to keep an eye on her, and everybody just gets to do what they want and it'll all be hunky-dory. Obviously this backfired, and this was doomed to start from the beginning because this wasn't your goal and this wasn't your dream, this wasn't your mission. You just did this haphazardly and now it backfired and it's all your fault, Bruce Wayne. And Batman had this like sad bat face. And they agreed at the end of it that nobody could put her on trial from the Bat family. She was the kind of person that would put herself on trial. And it ends with her joining her dad in the colony. So she's a bad guy of the Bat family now, but knows all their inner workings, so this could be really interesting to see them going against her and also proving this Tim from the future right in every way, potentially. So we'll see what happens. This is kind of cool. Alright, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, issue number 39. This is done by Robert Venditti, Rafa Sandoval, Tomu Mori. So we saw Hal Jordan force his ring onto Kyle Rayner and make him go back to the home headquarters of the Green Lanterns. John Stewart and a couple other Green Lanterns are talking, and they're like, what are we going to do? And they decide that they need to go talk to the Guardians because the Guardians reestablished the council and rada. And the Guardians decide to drag their feet and talk about it and debate. And they're like, Hal's life is at stake. Make a decision. And they're like, no, we're not going to make hasty decisions because we don't want to make the same mistakes we made in the past. And Stewart's like, no, you're just going to make new ones. And walks out, basically. Meanwhile, Guy Gardner And Kyle Rayner and a handful of other Lanterns are like, this is BS. We're gonna go save him and just leave anyways. And when they leave, it's pretty funny. Stewart's just like, about time. What took you guys so long? Damn. So yeah, it's just turned it into a, like I said, this comic's great because it's just a giant slugfest. I mean, literally just a giant slugfest of the Lanterns, and right now they're fighting the Zod family, you know. And yeah, a handful of the most hardcore, ruthless Lanterns show up on a planet to free another Lantern. Perfectly fine, just fun slugfest storyline. Not epic, not grand, but decent, solid, and fun. All right, Raven, Daughter of Darkness, #2 in a 12-issue miniseries. This is done by Marv Wolfman, Pop Mahan, Lovern Kindersky. Oh man, that's epic. So like I said last time, this is a Raven, a perspective of Raven that I'm not crazy about. She's trying to be normal in San Francisco with this like ultra religious family, and she's like this pagan heathen, and it's just kind of weird. There's a girl with no face. She's trying to find out what her backstory is. Like, it's just kind of bizarre and strange. I want to like this comic substantially more than I'm liking it, because I really like Raven, and I really think that she's a cool character with a lot that they could do with her. And this context is just so bizarre. So weird. So I'm gonna get another issue or two of this, but I don't know. It's just strange. I think it's a very odd perspective of Raven. So yeah. All right, so we have a comic here that I was really, really excited for, actually. Another one of those new Age of Heroes, The Terrifics #1. This is done by Ivan Reyes, Jeff Lemire, Joe Prado, Marcelo Mialo. Oh, man. Okay, so this is another one of those issue ones where it's got the cool covers that all go together. You see Mr. Terrific go to a company of his that was taken over by another corporation while he was lost in the dark multiverse. And they're like, it's all legal, and he's like, I don't even care about legal at this point. Like, I'm just frustrated. You're running an experiment you shouldn't be running. And they're like, how do you know about this? And he's like, it's all my stuff, man, seriously. So they go, and he just forces his way into this place, mind you. Because they're like, well, yeah, we kind of are having an emergency. And they find Metallo attached to this machine, and he's made of dark metal. So Mr. Terrific calls in the Plastic Man, who's an egg at the moment. Just an egg, that's all he is. And they haven't really explained why Plastic Man is just a simple egg. Well, this portal breaks open and sucks the three of them in. And they go into the dark multiverse, which this is the first comic to definitely tie into metal, like, hardcore. Which, because they've been saying, you know, Dark Knight's metal. None of them have really linked into metal. So the three of them go through this, you know, Mr. Terrific, Metallo, who's nth metal, and the Plastic Man, who's been an egg, not doing anything. Well, Plastic Man wakes up and puts them in his mouth in some great Plastic Man art moments of just silliness. And they realize that coming back to the multiverse has reversed the effect that Plastic Man suffered from going to the dark multiverse in the first place and the actual metal comics. Sorry, bear with me, there's a lot in this. Long story short, they all three wind up in the dark multiverse and meet. They don't actually say her code name, but Linya Wazo. I'm pretty sure this is Invisible Girl, Phantom Girl. I'm sorry, I'm very new to DC, so some of these older characters I haven't seen in Rebirth yet. I don't know them. They find her on a giant dead space corpse. Like, so that was kind of cool and weird. Like I said, the art in this is just really nifty. And yeah, the four of them are working together, and the very last thing is you see a guy named Tom Strong with a message saying that it's up to them to save the universe because he's probably dead. So, yeah, if you're jonesing for a Fantastic Four comic, this new Age of Heroes is basically a Marvel ripoff. Like, I swear to you, DC was like, well, Marvel can't run their company, right? We'll do it for them. And this one and Damage have been awesome so far. Looking forward to Immortal Man. I got signed up for Cursed Brimstone. There's a Challengers and one more, so we'll see where these go. Some of them have actually been really cool. Like I said, Damage blew me away. I didn't think it was going to be that cool, and it was. And this one, it's been great in issue 1, so we'll keep rocking them. All right, we got Wonder Woman number 41. This is done by James Robinson, Steven Segovia, Romulo Fernando Jr. Variant art cover, by the way. So this is kind of a cool issue. It was Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor meeting up in a hangar bay, and they're basically telling each other about their day, just like any other couple would. You know, where a normal couple would get together and be like, "What'd you do at work today, honey?" "Well, I had my boss," and rada rada rada. It was the superhero version of that. You know, Steve Trevor is like, "Well, we just got back from this mission where we just attacked a bunch of, or we were attacked by a bunch of furries from Darkseid, which is really strange. We saved this artifact, and blah blah blah." Wonder Woman's like, "Yeah, I had this supervillain and this supervillain and this supervillain, and it was just very bizarre." Figures out it was all linked to a lady from a prior story arc, calls her out, and she's like, "Yeah, but you can't prove it legally, so neener neener boo boo," is basically what this lady does to her. You get to see a little tiny glimpse of Darkseid and his machinations that are happening in the background of this story more. He's building technology in the rainforest. He's doing a Darkseid thing. We're just waiting to see what happens. And then it ends with her brother showing back up again, because he just disappeared like last issue. But he looks substantially different than he did. Like, he looks a lot different. Like an actual hero. Now, possibly a villain. We don't know. So, yeah, the Wonder Woman proper title has been just kind of average. I like it because I just love Wonder Woman. But it's not amazing. I had the strange realization that there's lots of really, really good titles with Wonder Woman in them right now, like that Brave and the Bold with Batman, the Wonder Woman Conan that just wrapped up. Her and Trinity has been really, really good. But the Wonder Woman proper title has been just kind of like meh. There's all these great examples of how to do Wonder Woman correctly, and then the title proper is just... it's cool. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not as amazing as some of the other Wonder Woman stuff I'm seeing in the same time frame, like literal life. So, it's kind of strange, but whatever. I love Wonder Woman. She's great. So we'll keep going with it, because I love a lot of these characters a lot. Alright, guys, that was a whole nother episode wrapped up, taken care of. Thank you for sitting here with me while I awkwardly talk about comic books and be all silly and goofy. Definitely appreciate you guys' support, and the handful of you, handful plus, that dedicated religiously watch this. I'm super sorry about last week's episode coming out so late. Life, things happen. My bad. I set an alarm on my phone, so I have a weekly reminder to actually put this thing up on a correct time frame. So, my apologies, guys. Either way, thank you much, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!